What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Collective Comics and the loud intros of the Lights Comics Action podcast. We're in episode number 17 today.
Episode 17, dude.
Last week we needed 4 hands, and we still need 4 hands. We're running out of fingers, man.
Yeah,
we're running out of fingers.
We're adding a second finger to that 4th hand real quick. In quick succession, y'all.
Right.
Thanks for being here with us, too, y'all. If you've been here since episode 0, you're the true OG, for real.
For real, for real. Show yourself in the comments. Throw an emoji. Throw some fire down there or something. And maybe we'll reward you.
Maybe we'll reward you. Check out that Whatnot stream because we're doing giveaways all the time. You're doing giveaways all the time.
I am doing giveaways all the time.
I'm not doing a lot of them right now. But.
Right. Lots of chances to win some slabs and everything like that. I usually do $5 books, and out of like 30 or 40 of them, you got 1 in 3 prizes. And a lot of them are chances at winning high-end slabs.
There you go. Win some slabs. Plus, you can use that link in the description to get some free money on Whatnot when you use it to sign up.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to use it on our streams either. You can use it on anybody's stream.
You can buy shoes with it if you want.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. I don't think there's many $10 pairs of shoes, but
you'd be surprised on some of these Whatnot streams, man. When there's not a lot of people in them, they think that it's going to get people in there starting them at $1.
I'm gonna get some $10 Jordans.
Dude, I've seen some crazy stuff happen on those sneaker streams.
Man, I basically took Whatnot off my homepage on my phone because it was too dangerous, man.
It is. It's
dangerous.
It's very addicting to get into it.
Once you get one good deal, man, you're like, I can get a good deal again.
Yeah.
But they happen. They're for real. Like, they happen.
The deals, that's where it's at, man. And I'm in love with it. I love selling on it, too. Just interacting with everybody. Once again, a great time.
Yeah.
But today on this episode, we're diving into the second half of the villain bracket.
Second half, part 2 of Hero Bracket.
Is it Hero Bracket?
It's Hero Bracket.
It is Hero Bracket. That's my bad.
Villain Bracket's done, son.
Whoops.
But the Hero Bracket here going into the end. We're going to have a champion at the end of this. The almighty hero. We kept it Marvel and DC, but, you know, that's a lot to pick from. The hero one was hard. This one was like, we have so many heroes to pick from. Some are going to have to not be there.
Right.
And we didn't put people in like Deadpool and
anti-heroes.
Yeah, we didn't put in
Black Adam.
That was the other one. We thought about adding like Spawn. We decided at the end, there's so many already with Hero or Marvel and DC that we're just going to keep it Marvel and DC. If you want to see us do another bracket of any kind and include like indies and stuff like that, definitely be down with that because these brackets were a ton of fun.
Could you imagine Spawn versus Erica Slaughter?
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Oh, man. Spawn versus anybody at this point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Spawn's just BA.
Yeah.
Bad A. That's
Bad A.
But without further ado, let's roll that transition
into the Hero Bracket Part 2.
Explosions!
We are diving into round number 2 of the Hero Bracket here today.
Yay.
We had some winners.
We
also had some losers.
Yeah, a few losers.
Yeah.
A few sad to see a few go.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I think our feelings were more hurt than anything.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
yeah, what are you gonna do?
Other than flipping for Rocket for fun,
yeah,
you know, right? I don't think there was that one where it was Black Panther versus Flash. Other than that, there's not a lot of arguments for, you know what I mean? Like, some of them were just winners and nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Ready to start round 2?
Ready.
The first matchup is Red Robin versus Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I was like, it has to be Spider-Man. Like, as bad as I want to see Red Robin go on, I gotta kill you because Spider-Man is gonna win anyways.
I think Tim Drake also, like, he was a really good detective. Like, I've read from a lot of different things. Like, he was better detective than Nightwing
or Batman even.
Yeah. There's definitely some parts where he's better than, but definitely, like, Nightwing and Red Hood definitely had more like battle
Yeah.
You know, but Tim Drake had a lot of like detective smarts and smarts in general.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's not going to help a lot against Spider-Man.
Spider-Man has those skills as well.
Spider-Man has, you know, he's got the answers for a lot of things. You know what I mean? There's going to be few people that can beat Spider-Man.
Right.
So Spider-Man moves on to round 3, beating Red Robin.
Definitely.
Yes.
Inevitably.
The next one is Batman versus Wonder Woman. That's a big matchup.
That's a
big matchup. That's like at least Final Four, if not championship worthy, you know, depending on the bracket.
Yeah, and I feel like I want to say Batman.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I think we're both kind of thinking the same thing, that like Wonder Woman's probably going to beat Batman. But can Batman figure it out? Yeah. He beat Superman.
Does Wonder Woman have a weakness like Superman does? I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I don't think anything.
I
mean, not that I can think of.
I don't think she's as strong as Superman.
Yeah, like, I don't think she's going to be able to like die from anything that like by a mineral that gets close to her, you know, or by some weird element. So, sadly, Batman has to die.
Yeah, I don't
want to see.
And
Batman
I mean, he
die.
doesn't have any powers. You know what I mean? He doesn't. Yeah. He does have the gadgets. He has the smarts. He has the combat. But when
grabs him,
when it comes down to it, like, I don't think he has an answer for her.
Yeah.
Like, I think going back to the simulation thing, I think he'd take some. You know what I mean? I think he'd win a few.
Yeah.
But I don't think.
I guess it depends on where they're at, realistically. Because if they're in the middle of Gotham City, like, the only way that he could realistically probably do it is by dropping a bomb. And that's going to take out so many innocent people that he won't do it.
I guess it depends, too, on, like, the version of Batman, because like his agility would be a huge factor too. You know what I mean?
But and her agility, every version, regardless, you know, she's just like I said, when it comes down to it, when DC does powers, they're OP in their powers. You know,
I almost feel like. I don't know, like I feel like they also do the thing where they like bake in a weakness, like they did with Superman. Like Batman obviously has his weaknesses. I can't think of one for her off the top
I think the fact that she's just, I think it's like too honorable, or like won't draw that line, and
or won't
things
cross the line.
Things like that. Like she'll always tell the truth to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not gonna lie to get her way. She's going to be honorable no matter what the right way is. And her personal beliefs on if she thinks something should happen or not, she's going to go with the most honorable route. And I think that is her weakness. So unless Batman can figure out a way to convince her
capitalize on that somehow.
You know, like other than that, there's no way that she could, you know.
Right on. Wolverine versus Iron Man here in round 2.
That's a good one, dude.
It is a good one, yeah. I think this would have to come down to like the suit.
I mean, you want to legit want to think I think Wolverine.
I was thinking Wolverine too. Like unless
I think Wolverine's gonna come down because he's made of I can never forget, or I can never remember the metal.
I want to say vibranium, but that's not it.
No, it's like something. It's so strong. It can be like paper thin and bulletproof. You know, like it thinner than a piece of paper. Stuff like that. And I feel like his claws. You know, he grabs a hold of him, and his brute strength, and the fact that he won't die.
Yeah.
You know, and his regen ability, like Iron Man can hit him with everything he's got. And he's not going to kill Wolverine like that.
That's what I was saying. It comes down to the suit, because I feel like some of Iron Man's suit, Wolverine will just cut right through him. You know, he gets his hands on him, he's cutting through some of those suits, unless he's got like the big ones.
The thing is that in every single suit, the helmet is the weak point.
Yeah.
The mask falls off, the helmet falls off. He's just gonna stab him in the head.
Yeah,
you know, and that's Wolverine.
Wolverine is another one of those ones that'll take it a little too far sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
It might not be too far, but yeah, he's willing to cross the line.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a good one. Damian Wayne Robin versus Black Panther. That's a good fight. That's a
really
good matchup.
Good fight.
I'm thinking. I don't know. When it comes to hand, I'm honestly before doing research and listening to things, I would have said Black Panther every day.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing what I know now,
yeah,
I feel like I would have to say Damian.
Specifically because it's Damian.
What?
Specifically because it's Damian. I
Yeah.
feel like if it was Tim Drake or
even Nightwing, Red Hood.
Yeah, why can't Jason Todd?
Yeah.
Or Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson.
If it was anybody else, I feel like they'd die.
Right.
The Joker killed them. You know.
Yeah.
And
I also think it comes down to like the strength of Black Panther's suit and things like that as well. But Damian basically took out the whole Bat family, to get away from them at one point. You know what I mean? So if he can take out 3 people, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Batgirl, who are also well-trained martial artists and acrobats and all kinds of things, I think he takes Black Panther.
I agree. And you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong. Fight it in the comment section if you think I'm wrong. But I don't know if that's just because like I'm a DC fan.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, if it's who I'm backing, I'm going to bat for DC. But I still feel the same, especially because I love Black Panther now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I really do like Black Panther but I feel like it's a great fight. It would come down very close. They would both take a significant amount of damage.
Oh,
they
yeah,
would both
for sure.
deal a great amount of damage to each other. But Damian, when it comes down to it, he already wants to kill, and he's a kid, and he will.
Yeah.
And he has.
That's another thing I was just going to say. He entered a tournament where the whole thing was to kill people.
Yeah.
And he started just cutting through all the competition, just started taking people out one by one. You know what I mean?
Extremely skilled.
So Robin wins to Black Panther, or Black Panther loses to Robin. So that's, like I said, definitely before like this week, before this week or two, I wouldn't have said that ever.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't have, learning more stories and stuff that Damian's involved in is just like, this dude's crazy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Aquaman versus Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. But if we're going to talk weaknesses, he is bulletproof. He's strong. He's got all that. But he can't breathe underwater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it came down to it, I think Aquaman probably could hold his own for a little bit in a fight. Definitely not like long term.
I feel like Luke Cage can figure it out.
Yeah. I just don't know. The water thing is like the one thing that I'm like,
Let's flip it.
Yeah, okay.
Because I feel like realistically, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Because like now we're realistically getting down to like, where are they? We're gonna play benefit of the doubt that they had some water around.
Yeah. I mean,
for the other one, and I feel like.
But I mean, Luke Cage is in New York, so
there's water.
Yeah. You know what I mean. There was the same thing with Daredevil. Daredevil's in New York.
Just floods the city.
But then, like, also in Aquaman, weren't they talking about basically like flooding the entire Earth essentially? So does it really matter where you are at that point?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's flip a coin. You flip it. I'm sick of getting heads. Okay. I feel like I'm cheating somehow.
I feel like it's because it's Charizard and Charizard just wins.
Do you wanna roll a dice instead? Should we change our tactics?
No, I feel like that's not fair to Rocket. I feel like that's not fair to Rocket
Okay.
because then Rocket didn't get to roll the dice.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right.
Yeah. So heads. What is heads?
Um.
Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Heads is Luke Cage.
Yeah.
And tails is Aquaman.
All right. Ready?
All right, yeah. We got a tails, yo. This coin does work.
Right? It will land on a
Yeah.
tails.
I guess that really goes to show.
I know.
Like,
I think we both just wanted Luke Cage to win, just to have the fact that Aquaman's OP.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
water. Can you breathe underwater?
I mean,
Okay.
that's the thing too, though. Like, going back to like a Batman versus Superman thing. If Batman has Superman's one weakness, like that changes the whole fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, if it's anybody that was strictly fighting, if it was anybody with guns, if it was anybody, you know, anybody like that, Luke Cage would not have been able to take any damage from them.
Yeah.
But Aquaman has Luke Cage's one weakness. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it is what it is.
You can't breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Tough, buddy. You know, that would even go the same for like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
You know, like with that argument with
Yeah.
Batman.
I think
So
it is. That's valid. Superman versus Thor.
that's a good one.
That actually did turn out really good.
That's a good one. That's like planet from planet. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
God to God almost.
yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was happening, but here we are.
Wow.
Thor versus Superman.
Has this happened? No, obviously not. I answer my own question
Yeah.
as I ramble.
It
for
would be
super-
it would be an interesting, you know, movie.
Maybe we'll make a skit
yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
can act it out, or maybe there's a short film or something out there. But Superman versus Thor. Not gonna lie, you're gonna hate it. Superman wins.
Is Superman lightning proof?
Yeah.
What if it's inside of him?
I don't think that matters. I mean, like, he's the Man of Steel. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, he could.
Yeah,
like,
that means he's
the fact that, like, look
he's a
at.
conductor then.
Well, he could use it to his advantage. You know, like, can
You know what they make lightning rods out of? Steel.
is Thor
know that for a
Thor
fact.
bulletproof?
I don't think so. No.
That's what I thought. You know, he could take a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, he's a god, but he still can like take some damage. He can bleed, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like, laser vision, done.
Yeah, this is just a weird one because
like Captain
I
America's
think-
shield couldn't withheld Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
You know, so like,
but I mean, yeah, Superman wins.
okay.
I think it'd be interesting to see how much of a role Milner played in this matchup. You know what I mean? Well,
That's all he can do.
they're fighting, and Superman gets hit in the back of the head by the hammer, and then turns the fight, and then Superman starts to win again, and Milner knocks him in the side of the head.
Right,
and,
yeah,
you know
just
what
doesn't
I mean?
even see it coming. It'd be good.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see for sure.
I would love to see it happen. Let's get it like a DC mashup with Marvel. You know,
Yeah,
that'd be a good one.
Superman versus Thor. That was a good matchup.
And just another maybe Death of Superman comic. The Death of Thor.
Moon Knight versus Jean Grey. This is
I forgot what she does again. Whoops.
a lot. So the arguments before were like getting into people's heads,
Right.
and also just like how strong she is as Phoenix if she gets to that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So does Moon Knight have her one like weakness that she can't use on him?
what would it be?
He's split personality, and then Khonshu, he's like three people.
Yeah, I guess this is a really hard one because I think it depends on which version of Jean Grey you get, but if it gets to that point, I think she wins every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing where
I feel like it's a liable fight, but if she can get in to his mind, he can trap her in his mind.
I don't.
And
I mean, I think
shut if she gets into whoever's head.
I think she'd be confused, but then like she could also like, I don't know if she could or couldn't, but she could like turn the two against each other essentially in their brain until Moon Knight destroys himself. You know what I mean? Like she was able to go into Null's mind and find his one weakness. Like there's so many things that Jean Grey can do.
But can't Khonshu then hop inside of?
Khonshu doesn't hop inside. Like,
well, like I mean, he's like a part.
He's in the mind.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like Khonshu can fight that battle, and when it comes down to it,
I don't know, because
that's where I feel like he can do some stuff, man.
Yeah, the last round too was like yeah, it'd be close, and then if she goes Phoenix, it's over. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's kind of where
he does it too, though.
But it's not the same. Like he's not gonna get into her head. Like, and he's
also like a top killing assassin.
Yeah,
to where like he can probably do that in his mind. Or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a liable fight to the point where like there's some kind of weakness to where he can probably trap her in his mind, and then he just destroys her.
I think,
or have as another version destroy her or something.
I think what I really think is I don't know enough about the specifics of Jean's powers to make a good argument. I think Jean wins every day, but I don't have the ability to make that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying is like, because I don't know much about her. So like, it sounds like she would win, but that would be the one way that I feel like if it's possible, that's how he would win.
Because like when you think of like her interactions with like Professor X, like she has the ability to shut him out of her mind while also going into his mind and basically just having a field day and doing whatever she wants in there.
But then what does the helmet do? Can't like the helmet for...
That's Magneto.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is can't Magneto's helmet, like if he can keep him out, it can trap him in.
No, type I don't think it's like that. No,
you know,
I also think her power is stronger than Professor Xavier's too. Like Professor Xavier needs Cerebro to like make his power stronger to do the things he wants to do with it. Where like Jean Grey can just like, if she's mad at him, like he's having a bad day. Like, you know, like I said,
should we flip the coin?
I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with sending Moon Knight through because like I don't have...
Me neither.
I don't have the ability to argue what I think that Jean could do. I would have to do more like research on that.
Yeah.
It's also kind of a bummer because like I think Jean Grey could be a great matchup against Superman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because other than kryptonite, like she gets like his mind power doesn't, he can't do anything against.
He's still
that.
like a man.
Yeah.
You know?
And then once she's like, he also is very emotional.
That's what I'm saying.
What I mean?
He's very much a human being. You know,
in that sense,
he grew and knows love and all this stuff to where these other people, not that they don't, but
because like
struggle with it.
You know, well, she gets into his head, and then like he's emotional to the point to where like she flips one switch and he would take himself out because of the horrible things that
if he captures Lois, that's how much he's madly in love with her that he's just okay, bye. like that saves her, fine.
That's the one.
Screw the rest of the world.
If I knew, if I was sharper on Jean Grey's exact powers, I think that she would probably take the rest of this bracket, but I don't have like the details that I need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me neither.
To debate them well.
So let's send Moon Knight through.
Okay.
I just feel bad because I feel like that's because of our ignorance to her.
And I also feel like that probably locks in Superman going pretty far in the rest of the bracket. You know what I mean? The Thing versus Ant-Man is the next one. This is an interesting one. This is an interesting one because
can't Ant-Man just grow and like put him back into space and then just like let him go and then he's stuck?
Well, I'm thinking a little bit more entertaining way. Like I'm thinking
It's
like
pretty entertaining. I think it's
I'm
kinda
thinking
funny.
like what if Ant-Man shrinks and gets into any one of the Thing's crevices? And then he's just like hanging out in there, and then he expands,
Right.
and then he just like wearing rocks, and he's just
Splits
like
them right down the
"Look, guys." Yeah, like I don't. If
I feel like Ant-Man wins.
yeah,
100%.
So big or so small.
Yeah, like there's two ways that we just came up.
That's the thing.
With
It's
that
like
he wins. Like how does realistically how does the Thing win, other than squishing him when he's tiny?
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Is like if the Thing gets his hands on Ant-Man, might get a couple good punches in or something.
Yeah.
But then if he just shrinks, he just loses him.
Yeah.
And then
Or
he
explodes,
expands and steps on him, or it's crazy. Like that's where I think like Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man. Bing, ding. I think Ant-Man gets clowned on a lot, man. Like because like that power is super useful, and then like. Whatever.
I think it's just because it's Paul Rudd.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's all it is. And people just like see him as like a comical, like he's funny. He's still funny in it, you know, but
like what if I don't
it's
know.
hard to be like you're gonna play a Tony Stark type of character or something like that.
I don't know what like the inside of the Thing looks like, but like just imagine Ant-Man also has control of all the ants. Like just starts filling them with ants, and then like what if he's like hollow
Just
inside
swarms them with ants
enough to like fill him with ants, and then Ant-Man is controlling the Thing.
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
I don't know. Ant-Man beats the Thing. Ant-Man wins.
Alrighty.
These are going to be some interesting matchups because we're starting with Wonder Woman versus Spider-Man. I think. Okay. So.
The powers.
Yeah, the powers. They both have powers.
Yeah, but the powers of Wonder Woman versus like remember when I was saying like the powers of DC are just so overbearing and overpowerful to where Spider-Man is like a mutation and like he has like an issue that's wrong with him that he uses as a power. Like he has Spidey sense. He's strong, he's tough, he's flexible. He has the agility of a spider and he can shoot webs.
I think his Spidey sense is going to be the biggest thing here. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, what is she going to do? Like, crack a lasso of truth and his spider sense goes off and he starts dodging? Like, she comes at him with, like, what is she going to do that, doesn't trigger him? Like, she's
fast like Superman in The Flash.
Yeah. I guess I guess they have like Quicksilver and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I was trying to think of like who in Marvel would be like the equivalent of like Wonder Woman. I can't think of anybody except for like maybe Sentry or
if you give like Captain America super speed on top of his everything else and more strength.
I still don't think that would be a problem.
I feel like
Spider-Man
she kills Captain America. Yeah.
I think it just goes to like how many times do you see Spider-Man just being the last one standing? Like in Avengers movies, and like if it wasn't for Spider-Man, like King and Black would be totally different. If it wasn't for Spider-Man, like Secret Wars would be totally different.
Right. But at the same time, how many times is he in a sticky situation because he's young and dumb?
Yeah.
Because he's so young. And that's just the pure, that's the characteristic of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, well, how many times is like he's almost died a couple, even in the movies, he's almost died a couple times and Tony Stark had to come save him. And it's like, if that's happening, I think Wonder Woman.
So we're going Wonder Woman?
I don't want to, but yeah.
I feel like Spider-Man has some answers. I just don't know if they're enough. You know what I mean? What do we have to go off of? It would.
I mean, our knowledge of Spider-Man and Wonder Woman, which is, I mean, I feel pretty extensive on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And pretty extensive on Wonder Woman.
I'm
but
not.
You're not with Wonder Woman.
I feel like Spider-Man's another one that could give anybody a run for their money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like...
it'd be a tough fight.
Like, in the Marvel universe, like, a bunch... Like, he's almost been, like, number one in every situation, except for, like... That's another one. Like, Jean Grey gets into his mind. Professor X gets into his mind and starts trashing his mind. Then he doesn't have a lot left, but... Up until that point, like, he's got answers for so many things. You know what I mean? But Wonder Woman takes it. She moves on to the next round. Moving on to Robin versus Wolverine.
Is this Red Robin?
No, Damian
Damian?
Robin. Damian Robin. Yeah, Damian Wayne Robin. Yeah.
So for the pure fact that Wolverine is kind of like invincible.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I feel like it's a good fight. I feel like it would be hard for Wolverine to actually take Damian down.
He gets so annoyed.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that would lead to his failure, but...
Yeah.
You know, but he gets so angry.
Yeah, I feel like if it comes down to brute strength and if he can defeat Robin, 100%. And can Damian get away? Yes. Can he kill him? No.
Yeah, that's like...
Period.
That's the big thing. When we said way earlier in the tournament or the bracket, it's some of these might come down to who's willing to take that next step and cross that line.
Yeah.
And I feel like Wolverine is that.
Yeah, I feel like Damian is as well, but he can't kill him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah. Yep.
You know.
Going on to Aquaman versus Superman.
Oh, Superman all day. Superman all day.
But can Superman breathe underwater?
I think so, actually.
I mean, he can just
hold his breath for like,
he'll just fly until...
Yeah. Or fly through the water.
Right.
Super speed going just as fast as Aquaman. Grab Aquaman, fly out of the water.
Can Superman breathe underwater?
I don't know 100%, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Superman can all of a sudden randomly do everything at some points and nothing at others.
So Superman takes Aquaman out.
Yeah.
That's not really...
That's just too hard to like defeat Superman versus Aquaman.
Yeah. Moon Knight versus Ant-Man.
Ant-Man has to win that one.
That's what I was thinking too. I was trying to think and I was like...
Now I feel like Ant-Man's going to win this whole thing.
I don't know.
Against Superman? Maybe not.
That's the thing is like who's going to... Like I feel like we got rid of the only answer to Superman.
Right.
Moon Knight versus Ant-Man. Ant-Man wins that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just he just has so much diversity in the things that he can do. You know what I mean? He can be big and strong. He can be small and sneaky. He can be control ants. He can, you know what I mean?
The whole 9 yards. Yeah. Sorry, Moon Knight. You won. You won another round, but not going to get by again.
I feel like Ant-Man might be like the might be the surprise of this tournament. You know,
right?
What we have left is Wonder Woman, Wolverine, Superman, and Ant-Man. And I feel like depending on who Ant-Man went against earlier in the tournament, it could have not been him. You know what I mean?
Right.
He ended up having a pretty cool journey going against like the Thing, and I don't remember who he went in.
I have a prediction of who's winning.
I mean, yeah. Well, let's start with Wonder Woman and Wolverine.
All right, Wolverine.
Wolverine?
Yep.
Really?
Can't die.
Is that just going to be his reason to win everything? Like, that's...
I mean, but neither can Superman, so...
Yeah. So, I was wondering if we were going to get Wolverine versus Superman or Wonder Woman versus Superman. It had to have been one of the two.
Right.
You know what I mean?
breathe underwater.
So I feel like Wonder Woman would put up a fight, though.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It'd be a tough one. It'd be a tough one, but Wolverine draws that line.
I almost feel like...
crosses that line.
Whatever. I feel like the fight between Spider-Man and... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Spider-Man versus Wolverine would have been a good one, too.
Yeah.
Spider-Man versus Wolverine would be great.
Yeah, it would have been a good way to go out.
Aquaman lost to Superman, leaving Superman versus Ant-Man. So Superman versus Ant-Man.
No, Ant-Man's done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lasers. The lasers.
The lasers. Well, you can't shoot what you can't see.
Well, I mean, he's not going to be able to be... If he's that small, he's not able to do anything small enough or, like, enough to hurt Superman, period. He has to be really giant, and if he's really giant, Superman's going to slice him in half.
I just want to say, I agree that Superman wins. But Ant-Man has done some cool stuff with starting small, running, jumping, becoming huge, punching people, going small, disappearing.
It would be a good, good like little hit.
And I think compared, I don't know anything about Atom Smasher other than what we saw in Black Adam.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Atom Smasher.
But
if it was
this Ant-Man versus this Atom Smasher, Ant-Man destroys him.
Right.
Could you imagine just like this one's going big, this one goes small, so this one goes small, so this one goes big. It's just like
that's the fight. They don't know what's happening.
Oh man. I think Ant-Man would actually put up a fight if he had his if he hit his paces and actually did was stealthy, got big, did some damage, stealthy, got big, did some damage, and more or less stayed away and hit him pop shots whenever he could.
Yeah.
But then if he got him, if he found him, anything, Superman would take him.
100%.
So that leaves us with Wolverine versus Superman. Now, Wolverine can't die. Mm-hmm. But can Wolverine grow back limbs like Deadpool can? I mean, they basically have the same stuff in them, but I've never really seen Wolverine grow back limbs.
I think so, but I for some reason I feel like it's a process.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely takes time. But I mean, I feel like that would be the only way for Superman to win.
But the metal that he's made out of, can his lasers even pierce it, or is it just going to reflect it? Because wouldn't it? If he's stronger than Cap's shield, then I know it's not the same.
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know.
I feel like if in this scenario we've been kind of comparing things like that. Yeah. So in this scenario, he's stronger than Cap's shield. Then he should be able to his bones will reflect. It's going to hurt his skin, but his bones will reflect the lasers and protecting his vital things, and then.
But what is Wolverine going to do?
It's the Man of Steel. Is his metal strong enough to pierce Superman?
I would
Nothing
imagine
really can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would imagine not. I would imagine this is more of a stalemate than anything. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we want to do a coin flip in the champion in the champ bracket. This is the last match, and we're at Wolverine versus Superman. I bet if anybody's listening to this right now, they have opinions.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I'm Superman, but then I'm no, Wolverine can still. But I'm no, and I'm no to either of them.
I think Wolverine is way cooler.
I think this is a fight that just goes on forever.
But I think Superman takes him.
You think so?
It's funny because you're way more of a Superman fan.
I know.
And I'm way more of a Wolverine fan.
I feel like
we're arguing the
inevitable.
Opposite. You're arguing for Wolverine, and
I'm not necessarily arguing for Wolverine. Yeah. What I'm saying is that they're both like equal to the point where they can't kill each other because like the only way he kills them is if he happens to have kryptonite.
Yeah.
Can he get kryptonite? Does he happen to have it at that moment in time?
Well,
like,
I guess it depends on what universe they're. Like,
I mean,
does
Batman,
the Marvel universe even have kryptonite?
well, that's what I'm saying. You know, they have to if he came from Krypton. You know, but if Superman's there, you know, whatever. But like,
yeah. I guess it's for me. It comes down to like say Wolverine can do damage to Superman. That, in my mind, if Wolverine can do damage to Superman, Superman can do damage to Wolverine.
yeah.
If that's the case, Superman has so many more utilities than just...
Got some range on him.
Yeah, and being able to get away. Like, that's the thing. Like, Wolverine, what is Wolverine going to do? He has to close the gap before he does anything. Right. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So if the one thing that I'm going to say is for Superman to win this fight, he would have to do some things that I don't know if he's willing to do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Unless he's fresh out the Lazarus pit. But we can say what if, whatever.
I mean, that's the thing is like,
so
he would have to just start dismantling Wolverine essentially. Otherwise, there's nothing.
Yeah. But he knows he's just going to regen and grow back eventually.
I guess like...
He'll be back.
I guess it comes down to like Superman would be able to maintain distance.
Mm-hmm.
And, and that's the thing. Like Wolverine can't do anything unless he gets what, like 6 to 12 inches. You know, away from him.
As long as claws are. Does anybody know? Is there an actual measurement?
There probably is somewhere.
There's probably a statistic on how long his claws
there has to be.
Get. Yeah, I guess Superman wins.
I think Superman wins.
Ding, ding, ding. Superman takes home the championship belt.
Which is interesting because we got Magneto, you know, him being the man of steel and all. Magneto controls metal. I mean, Superman's not actually metal, is he?
No. So Wolverine would be screwed.
Yeah.
Against Magneto.
Oh, yeah.
How do I'm trying to get this to like stand up and I can't.
Superman takes the hero bracket. Magneto took the villain bracket. Magneto versus Superman would be a weird fight.
Yeah.
You know.
It'd be a good one.
I
think Superman still wins just because I like Superman.
Yeah, I don't. It would come down to like Magneto would just keep putting stuff in front of him, right. And Superman would just be like, "Oh, again,
right,
again," like, and eventually one of them.
Yeah. So, who won the villain bracket?
Magneto. That's
so
what we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so then that is going to be the battle. Okay, so that's it. When you said that, I was just thinking that we were just talking.
No.
You know, I was like, okay, yeah, that would be cool. And that's why I'm like, who won?
You were too involved in this happening. I was like, Superman wins the heroes. Magneto won the villains.
I didn't hear you say I didn't hear you say the Magneto won the villains part. Whoopsie. But yeah, I think this was falling over or something.
This was a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's get into the rest of the podcast.
There we go.
Explosions!
Diving into this week's pull list, wrapping up. This is the second round of the hero bracket.
It's all over.
It's all over, man. We got the champion.
Yep. Is it who you guys thought it would be?
I don't think so.
Well, it's Superman. So who would have thought Superman wins?
Me.
yeah, exactly. Right.
But we're diving into our books this week. What are you pulling this week, man?
Book number 1 on this list is going to be The Joker, the man who stopped laughing. Number 5. This one is going to be weird. It's more Jason Todd.
There we go.
We got. It sounds like we got somebody's impersonating the Joker still.
Mm-hmm.
and Joker's trying to figure it out, but Jason Todd is trying to catch the Joker. So who's gonna win the race?
Right.
Is Joker gonna find out who's impersonated him, or is Red Hood gonna catch up to him and get him first? The synopsis said something to the extent of Jason Todd has a funny joke about a kid and a crowbar. So it's interesting. He wants to settle some.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We both know what he wants to settle. He wants to avenge his own death.
Yeah. He was always mad that Batman didn't do it, so he still wants to do it. He's still out to get, vengeance.
There it is.
He still wants it.
All right.
As always with these cool variants, just cool variants. I mean, I don't know what else to say about them. We got a few different ones. We are pre-filming this, so we could see some more variants before we get to the book release. But as of right now, just cool variants.
Oh, yeah. Book number 2 on the list this week. We're getting Batman and the Joker, Deadly Duo, issue number 4 here. So because we do pre-shoot, I'm not caught up yet. We still haven't gotten issue number 3, technically.
I think it's this week, the week of shooting.
Yeah, I think I can go and pick it up right now.
We might have to go do it after this.
We're probably going to.
Because I need to pick it up too.
Yeah, because going from the man who stops laughing and somebody impersonating him, Joker's dealing with the same issues in this Deadly Duo thing with these like different kind of Joker type of humanoids, as they're referring to it as. So he's hunting them down. And it seems like a pretty big potential tie-in there for those two story arcs.
That's what I was thinking too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we talked about this a little bit before, but it's like it'd be interesting to see it.
I feel like that's going to be the way that they take down these villains of the story is by tying in all 4 of them together, because we have Nightwing in the Deadly Duo, which is Dick Grayson, and then we have Jason Todd in The Man Who Stopped Laughing, which is Red Hood.
Yep.
So it seems like as far as yet, like up to now, we have no like doubles. Nobody tying into each one of them. So it seems like,
except for the Joker.
Yeah. It seems like they can bring it together and make a whole Bat family war between these Joker humanoids or something like that. But we're only on issue number 4, so we don't know what we're going to get.
It's really interesting, too, that we're getting all this, like, Joker impersonation stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's also, like, 3 Jokers out there that we got last year.
Yep.
So, it's like where they could go a lot of different ways with it. And I'm here to see what happens.
Me too, man. I'm along for this ride.
Yeah.
Coming in with 5 different variant covers. Kind of, not gonna lie, not too excited on them. The one where the he's wearing Joker's smile kind of interests me a little bit, but lots of Catwoman on these covers.
Yeah, so we'll with us not being caught up, we don't know what tie-in that could be, or where Catwoman. We talked previously about how she's been in every issue.
She's just making little cameos.
Yes, but now she's on the cover, so something's got to be tripping up. Something's got to be happening.
Unless they're just laughing at us and playing a joke.
Yeah,
they just want us to get hyped on Catwoman. I'm hyped on Catwoman. I don't know if everybody else is.
Well, yeah, this is coming out a couple weeks after Catwoman One Bad Day as well. Mm-hmm. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what's going on. But overall, I mean, they're cool variants. They're just there's some cool variants.
Yeah, for as big as the story is, they could have done a little bit better job, in my personal opinion, on these variants. It kind of just seems like they took an idea and ran with it.
I honestly really like the main covers of all these too.
Yeah,
they're just really good.
They're the coolest ones by far.
Book number 3 on this is going to be Red Goblin number 1, which I don't know anything about. But reading the synopsis, it said that he's going to be the newest, deadliest goblin. And it said that Normie Osborn has a symbiote. I couldn't think of the word. Normie Osborn has a symbiote of his own. So we're going to have to see. There's a lot of symbiote stuff happening. There's a ton of symbiote stuff happening.
And I'm assuming the color of the symbiote is red.
Yeah, well,
If this is Red Goblin.
well, it's from Carnage, or it's
There it is.
no, this is out of the pages of Venom, but it is Red Goblin. So yeah, it drew me right to Carnage.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It
So
seems like there could be a Carnage tie-in.
well, we'll see. We'll get will it be like a Venom versus Red Goblin, like that Venom versus Carnage stuff?
Yeah.
Where, you know, the Deadpool thing was very Carnage too. So
Yeah.
it's we'll see. There's a lot of symbiote stuff happening.
Yeah, Carnage is going up on that A-list, man. He's just getting some hype behind him now.
It makes me wonder, does this kind of happen in that timeline with, like, similar to like the Deadpool stuff after the Null Invasion?
Mm-hmm.
Are we starting to build up some stuff after the Null Invasion so we can start working towards like a King in Black movie, and then they have stuff to go on after that? I don't know, but like the deadliest goblin, something with a symbiote, definitely sparked my interest.
Oh yeah, how could you not?
Yeah.
I feel like this is Marvel's competition to the One Bad Day. You know, their answer to their One Bad Day.
In a way, yeah.
It seems like they haven't had too big of a modern story, and now they're gonna drop a big modern story.
Yeah, I almost feel like Murder World could be that answer.
That too.
But Murder World, I haven't seen a ton about Murder World, which blows my mind because the story's so interesting. But yeah.
And each issue number 1 is different.
Right.
You
yeah.
know, so
that's what I was thinking. Like,
that doesn't help.
it's almost like Avengers One Bad Day.
Yeah.
Spider-Man One Bad Day. Now Wolverine One Bad Day. And I'm curious to see what else we get into. You know, because you already kind of hit on the big ones. I guess the Hulk, but like the Hulk you would think would be an Avenger. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll get more.
But the variants of Red Goblin are dope. There's a couple cool variants, couple cool virgins. And for me, it's the one with like Red Goblin peeking through the blinds.
Yes.
It's so funny to me.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like it looks like it's all drawn kind of when you look closely at it, but it almost looks like the blinds are real blinds.
It almost looks like the blinds are like 3D modeled, and then Red Goblin is drawn in 2D over it.
Yes.
Like with that's like with so many times I say things. It's like Spider-Verse. So they did all 3D, but then they made a lot of it 2D to like add that extra depth, and that's why it looks so cool and so different. It's like one of the first times they did that on a full movie in that way.
Right, definitely. Yeah, super stoked on this variant right here.
Yes.
Last but certainly not least on this pull list, we got Poison Ivy issue number 9 right here. This one ended up on the pull list because I am currently super in love with the new Harley Quinn line. Tying in Poison Ivy a couple times in there with these different variant covers and stuff like that. And I feel like Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn is just a good team up, good stories every time. And, of course, make for great variant covers.
That's why I was kind of like peeking over, just because Poison Ivy covers are always so cool.
Yeah. They actually doesn't look like they did one of those like we were talking 3D models before.
Yeah.
Photorealistic type of variant, almost 3D model type of variants, which usually they put those out every time with Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. Doesn't look like they did that this time, but the art is still super, super cool.
Couple with the Harley in there with her, the classic Harley Poison Ivy covers. And they're just really cool. I said it a million times, like the colors really draw me in, and there's some real colorful variants in this one.
Yeah, Ivy and Harley make for a great color scheme in general. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the times it's a lot of green, but then there's one here where Harley Quinn is like sitting in a giant flower that Poison Ivy made, but the flower is bright pink. Yeah. And everything else is like super neutral, and it just adds that color flare, which makes it really, really awesome. Total of 6 different variants on this one. Looks like they're all featuring Harley.
Yes.
So maybe we're gonna get Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn tie-in, and they're going to be battling some multiverse stuff.
Yeah,
in this one,
it's another one of those things that we talk about with Harley Quinn. You never know what she's going to do. You never know.
Retailing for a cover price of $3.99, and it has 32 pages in it. This one's got me excited.
Oh, yeah. And that wraps up the pull list this week, y'all. So I hope you guys liked the brackets. We wrapped them all up now at this point. As always, let us know if you agree, disagree, who you think should have won, who you think should have taken the whole bracket, and who you think would win Magneto versus Superman. Magneto versus Superman. I know we talked about it a little bit. It's an interesting one, you know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what everybody says. If we ever get that Marvel DC crossover, I don't think they put Marvel.
Right.
I don't think they put Magneto versus Superman, but we'll have to see.
It'd be an interesting one.
Always check the links in the description. Join our Discord. Get free money on Whatnot using our link to sign up. And get your discounts on Genderless Energy at w.gg using code Collective Comics at checkout. Until next week, this has been Collective Comics.
We'll see you.